Hello, my name is Alexander Antonio Manzoni, and this is episode 1 of the Spokane Story podcast. Today's episode is going to entail an introduction to the project itself. The Spokane Story began as a short story about a father and his son cooking meth out of the RV they're living in. I was inspired after I moved to Spokane with little more than the clothes on my back. I'd been writing horror, poetry, and dark fantasy short stories up to that point, and was ready to try doing something completely different. As I walked aimlessly and lost up and down the streets of Spokane, I knew that I was going to write something, though it was unclear as to what. I was hesitant to completely dedicate myself to the idea until I reoriented my housing situation. I found an apartment in November of 2014. By February, I started writing the book. Over the next 10 months or so, it grew into a novel. Many things happened during that particular period. I got new neighbors. The whole state caught fire. Less than a month after the first draft was complete, my best friend and next-door neighbor, Noah, died suddenly on Valentine's Day 2016. It was a tragedy. Then came the tweakers. My other neighbor, who shall remain nameless for a number of reasons, went to jail for a parole violation or something like that. While he was there, he bequeathed his apartment keys to the biggest piece of shit in the world. Overnight, my apartment building turned into a dope fiend festival. Junkies shooting up all over the place, screaming endlessly, beating their women, the dog, firing off guns. For 2 months this continued. The law and my landlord apparently powerless to do anything except at the snail pace of bureaucracy. During this period, I began the second book in the series, American Dabbers. From the text, one can witness my frustration with the drug dealers and dope fiends, as well as the law and the complacency of society in general. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's hit a couple points. Spokane Story is an unpublished series of novels. However, the Spokane Story is also a screenplay. It's about 75% complete. It has since taken a backseat to the Spokane Story Part 3, which I'm 50 pages deep into as of today, 8/26/2016. You may be able to see why I haven't had these books published. I'm too busy writing. That's not to say I haven't submitted a number of short stories to various publications. My poetry has been featured on a couple different websites. Versevirtual.com. I was Poet of the Day at Every Writer's Resource, September 2014 issue. It's just that I get caught up in the stories, It happens. Now we're at the end of the script. Let's go to the different things, right? There's a few different things. I don't know. I'm going to have to check back with that.